1. You're not just building a startup, you're shaping a legacy. One pitch, one pivot, one breakthrough at a time. 2. Startup success isn't just about securing capital, it's about becoming the kind of leader who knows how to multiply it. 3. Think bigger than product market fit. Think purpose market alignment. Why does your company matter now, and why will it matter 10 years from now? 4. The most successful founders in Africa, they don't just chase trends. They build trust. They solve real problems. They grow in silence and scale with substance. 5. Your first few hires aren't just employees. They're CEO architects. They don't just carry a vision, they challenge it, stretch it, and sharpen it. 6. Raise funds. Yes, but also raise your emotional intelligence. Because venture capital can fuel you, but empathy is what keeps the engine running. 7. When things get tough, and they will, ask yourself, am I reacting or am I realigning? 8. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need the courage to keep showing up, daily, deliberately, with vision. 9. Your journey is not just about disruption. It's about contribution to the ecosystem, to the economy, to the next generation of dreamers watching you right now. 10. Forbes Africa will highlight your milestones, but your mindset will define your legacy. 11. So build bold, refine constantly, and remember, Africa doesn't just need more startups, it needs more founders who finish.
You're not just building a startup, you're shaping a legacy, one pitch, one pivot, one breakthrough at a time. Because in this game, success isn't just measured in valuation, it's measured in evolution. You don't just need capital, you need clarity about who you are, what you're building, and why it matters in the context of Africa's future. Think bigger than product market fit. Think purpose market alignment. Why this solution? Why you? Because startups don't scale off hype. They scale off honesty, off relentless refinement, off a deep understanding of your market and your mission. The most successful founders on this continent, they don't just chase trends. They build trust. They listen more than they speak. They solve real problems for real people. And they don't wait for validation. They create value so undeniable it becomes impossible to ignore. Your first few hires, they're not just team members. They're culture shapers, co-architects of something greater than themselves. Hire for alignment, train for excellence, lead with vision, because they're watching how you show up when the pressure hits. Raise funds, yes, but also raise your emotional intelligence, because venture capital can fuel you, but empathy is what keeps the engine running. Can you stay calm when the runway's short? Can you motivate when morale is low? Can you keep building when the applause fades? This is what separates startup founders from startup leaders. The real flex isn't bootstrapping your way to Series A. It's doing it with integrity, without burning out your team or yourself. And when things get tough, and they will, ask yourself, am I reacting out of fear or realigning with purpose? You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need the discipline to keep showing up, daily, deliberately, with depth. You're not just raising a company, you're raising a standard. So no, it's not just about disruption. It's about contribution to the ecosystem, to the economy, to the next generation of dreamers watching you right now. Because someone is looking at your journey and asking, could I do that too? And that's when you realize your story is already opening doors. Even when you're still figuring it out, Forbes Africa may highlight your milestones, but your mindset will define your legacy. So, what's your founder DNA made of? Resilience, clarity, compassion, consistency. Because leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about being prepared. To learn, to lead, to last. You have to believe in your vision loudly before anyone else does. You have to protect your energy daily like it's venture capital. Because it is. Because your story isn't just unfolding, it's inspiring. Start with vision. Scale with values. Finish with legacy. Let the continent feel your impact.
Here's the truth, your startup doesn't need to look like Silicon Valley. It needs to look like you. Rooted in your story, grounded in your market, built for your people. Because originality isn't a weakness, it's your leverage. Your unique perspective, that's your competitive edge. your ability to see opportunities others overlook. That's where innovation is born. You're not late to the game. You are the game changer. So don't apologize for your ambition. Sharpen it. Don't shrink your vision to fit the market, stretch the market to meet your vision. And remember, you are not just competing for customers. You're competing for belief in your brand, in your leadership, in the story you're writing every single day. It's not about how fast you grow, it's about how strong your foundation is. Can your system scale with your vision? Can your leadership grow with your team? Can your values stand tall when the market shakes? This is the difference between building a startup and building a movement. The founders who break ceilings don't just adapt to change, they anticipate it. They read trends, but they also read the room. They're not just tech savvy, they're people smart, because every founder hits a wall. What separates the greats is what they do at the wall. Do you stop, or do you study it, understand it, and then break through? Mastery isn't about never failing. It's about learning faster than the failure can define you. And momentum? That's not magic. It's a result of consistent execution. Day after day, decision after decision, even when no one's watching. Especially when no one's watching. Celebrate your small wins like they're IPOs, because the discipline to honor progress builds the stamina to sustain success. Every yes you fought for, every late night you spent researching, every rejection that refined your pitch, it all counts. And if you're in a plateau right now, don't panic. Plateaus are sacred. They're not punishment, they're preparation. Use them to upgrade your process, audit your mindset, refuel your purpose, because you're not just managing a business. You're becoming someone the industry will reference, a name that signals excellence, a story that sparks courage, a legacy that stretches beyond borders. So where do you go from here? You upgrade your baseline. You raise your standards. You choose clarity over comfort. You lead like the future is watching, because it is. Young entrepreneurs across Africa are studying your blueprint, watching how you move, how you solve, how you sustain. You are the evidence that it's possible. So keep building, keep learning, keep rising, because the continent doesn't just need more capital. It needs more courage, more creativity, more founders like you, the kind that don't just chase growth, they create it. So as you build, remember, you're not just solving problems. You're setting precedents. You're not just launching products. You're launching possibilities for generations to come. This isn't just about raising capital. It's about raising the bar for yourself, for your industry, for the entire continent. And while the world may applaud your outcomes, we see your process. We honor your grit. We celebrate your growth. Because your story, it matters. And it's only just beginning. So document it, share it, speak it into spaces that need hope, strategy, and proof that it can be done. You're not just building a business, you're building belief. And if you felt this message, if it reminded you of your mission, reignited your drive, or spoke to a moment you're navigating right now, don't keep it to yourself. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to StreetWise Success TV, where we spotlight the builders, the dreamers, and the doers rewriting Africa's narrative one bold step at a time. Your journey is powerful. Let's make sure the world sees it. Stay wise, stay driven, stay building.